with his speech, A Father and Son Road Trip. A Father and Son Road Trip by Rich Lamb.
Six days, 2,800 miles, 8 amazing states. That is the distance my father and I took from San Jose, California to Orlando, Florida. That is a road trip that really improved our father and son relationship. Prior to this road trip, my relationship with my dad was very distant with our cultural and language barrier. Him coming from a strong Vietnamese and Asian background, myself being born and raised in America. A typical phone conversation between me and my father would be, mày ăn chưa? Mày đi đâu? Mày khỏe? Yes, Dad. I ate dinner. I'm at Starbucks right now, drinking coffee. Mày uống cafe? Cafe? Yeah, Dad, I'm at Starbucks. I'm with some friends right now. I'll talk to you later. As you imagine, taking a road trip with my father for a week from California to Orlando I wasn't really too thrilled about it. However, this road trip between me and my father was much more than I expected. It really improved our relationship in 3 different ways throughout our journey together, which I'm going to explain today. The first way was getting off the beaten path. We had this itinerary where we would just drive to a state, rest, and then drive again to another state. After doing this for a couple of states and a couple of days, it got to a point where we would just drive. One night I was ranting to my father about how monotonous it was, as well as eating ramen noodles 2 or 3 meals at a time. Dad, I can't eat ramen noodles anymore. We gotta go out. We gotta venture out to the city. I know it's only been a couple hours. We're only here for a night, but we gotta get out there. Chạy xe té điên bời hồi. Mày mệt rồi. Ngày mai đi chạy xe luôn. Dad, I know you're super tired. I just can't eat ramen noodles anymore. I gotta go out and eat something different. I'll treat you if you're worried about money. Okay. That really opened the opportunity for us to travel out to different cities and different states when we visited. Such trip was San Antonio, Texas, where we explored the Riverwalk, where it's this underground downtown river. Above it is the Alamo downtown, and underneath is this channels of rivers where you could take a water taxi and venture out. We saw a lot of contemporary stores as well as restaurants. That led us to our next adventure and next lesson, which is exploring foods together. When we got to New Orleans, you had to try the crawfish in New Orleans.
Yes.
Just had to. That and jambalaya.
Yes.
So we went to the touristy area in New Orleans, such as Crocs, where we got these nice bibs with a nice picture of a crawfish on it, on the center of it. We had a 10-pound bucket of crawfish in front of us. Me and my dad were looking confused at each other. It's like, how do we eat this crawfish? Luckily, the bartender was able to instruct us how to do this. So basically, how you eat a crawfish is you separate the head and the body apart. You slurp the head of the crawfish like so. And then you take out a piece of the meat and you eat it. Much similar to a shrimp. Doing this, you can see our hands all sticky with the crawfish guts. Bibs all messy with like lemon and salt. Very delicious. As well as the jambalaya there was just the smells, the taste, intoxicating. If you ever go to New Orleans, definitely try crawfish and jambalaya. You won't regret it. Especially at Crocs, good restaurant bar. That led to exploring my passion such as food and travel so far. Next part of our trip was really pictures are 1,000 words. When doing pictures, they can say so many different things. When you're exploring, people buy different souvenirs such as food. They get like a random huge statue, or maybe just some trinket of a keychain. My dad always taught me you should always be frugal when you're traveling and getting souvenirs especially. So this led me to a point of taking lots of pictures of different states such as Mississippi, New Orleans, especially Florida. As you see on the table, you probably see random postcards amongst you. This is my new souvenir. Every time I visit a new place, a new country, I gotta get a postcard. They're very inexpensive, 40 cents. And those are just random adventures I took, such as New Mexico, Texas, San Antonio Riverwalk, as well as venturing out to Canada in my recent travels, Montreal, come back. After this trip, when I got to Orlando, Florida, our relationship and our conversation got a little bit better. My dad would rant about for months how we should have went to the Grand Canyon, how we should have got off the beaten path and ventured out to a different random state. I remember my mom, shortly after, would tell me, it's like, Richard, your dad keeps on talking hours and days to your uncle about your trip from California to Orlando. He won't shut up about it. Did you eat dinner? Yes, Mom, I ate dinner. I'm at Starbucks right now. In conclusion, I could have done this road trip without my family, especially my dad. It really helped our conversation a little bit better. We were able to talk about things for next couple of months. Our conversation got a little bit better. And it just shows that family is really there for you when you really need it. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Okay.